Yeah, we living in a world where the rules don't apply. They say we gotta follow, but we ready to fly. System got us boxed in, trying to keep us small. But we rise like the phoenix, we ain't scared to brawl. They feeding us lies, but we see through the smoke. We're the voice of the people, we're ready to provoke. They want us to divide, but we're stronger as one. Breaking chains, taking names, yeah, we getting it done. It's us versus the system, we're breaking the mold. It's in the air, yeah, we taking control. No more silence, no more fear. Together we rise, let them know we're here. Riders ignite. In the world of division, they showed us how to share. But the weight of our sorrows, they never taught us to bear. We split our joys and laughter, but the pain remained untold. A burden we carry alone, a story left untold. They taught us to split everything, but not the heavy pain. It lingers in the shadows, a darkness we can't explain. We're left with shattered pieces, trying to mend what's lost. They taught us how to split everything, but not the heavy cost. We learned to divide our dreams and multiply our fears, but the ache in our hearts only grew with passing years. They gave us all the answers, except how to heal. The scars that run so deep, wounds that time can't seal. Yeah, they taught us how to share, but only the good. Smiles and laughter like we understood, but deep down inside, there's a storm we hide. Pain in our hearts, we're just trying to ride. Put on a mask, yeah, we play the part, but nobody sees the cracks in the hearts. We share our dreams, the highs and the lows, but when it comes to hurt, we just close the doors. We share the fun times, deflect the pain, laughing in the sunshine, dancing in the rain. But the shadows linger, they creep and they crawl, breaking us down, but we don't share at all. We got hate in our hearts, but we keep concealed. Taught to share the joy, but wounds, they stay unhealed. They say love was easy to divide, but the heartache never subsides. We tried to split everything into two, but the pain lingers strong and true. Shared our dreams, divided our fears, but the sorrow remained through the years. No matter how we tried to let go, the weight of our suffering continued to grow. Now we're apart trying to heal, but some wounds are too deep to conceal. They said splitting up will set us free, yet the pain lingers in you and me. In a world where rules are set in stone, the system's grip tightens, we're not alone. Bound by chains of injustice greed, against the odds we fight to be free. Mighty forces try to keep us down, but our spirits rise, refusing to drown. Defying norms, breaking through the mold. In this battle of wills, our story is told. As the clash continues day by day, we stand united, come what may. For in this world where rules don't apply, our strength and unity will never die. They try to silence our dreams, but we're loud and clear. With every step forward, conquering fear. They can't hold us back. We're the fire and the flame in this battle for freedom. We're all in the game. They say it's just a game, but we're playing for keeps. With the strength of the many, we're shattered elites. No more puppets on strings, we're cutting the ties. With our eyes on the prize, we're reaching for the skies. So let's stand together, let's break down the walls. In this fight for our future, we'll answer the calls. From the ashes, we'll rise like a storm. Riders ignite, it's us versus the system, and we're ready to fight. They building walls, but we're digging tunnels. With every step we take, we're shaking the bundles. From the streets to the courts, we're raising our voice. In a world full of noise, we're making the choice. They want to keep us blind, but we see the light. Knowledge is power, and we're ready to fight. From the corners of the city to the halls of the state, where the heartbeat of the struggle can't afford to wait. It's us versus the system, we're breaking the mold. It's in the air, yeah, we're taking control. No more silence, no more fear. Together we rise, let them know we're here. Riders ignite. They taught us to split everything, but not the heavy pain. It lingers in the shadows, a darkness we can't explain. We're left with shattered pieces, trying to mend what's lost. They taught us how to split everything, but not the heavy cost. Now we stand here broken, searching for some light, hoping for a way out of this never-ending night. But through it all, we find strength in each other's embrace. Together we'll face tomorrow and find solace in this space. They say don't bring the drama, keep it all light. But every night I'm fighting these demons in sight. Whispers in my mind, yeah, they echo and they shout. While I'm smiling on the surface, I'm breaking without. We're sharing the laughter, but what's underneath? A battlefield of sorrow, a war with no peace. We're warriors in silence, but nobody knows how the pain that we carry just grows and it grows. In a world of lessons learned, they taught us how to stand and burn. But the scars we hide deep inside are the ones that never subside. We followed all rules they made, but the emptiness never fades. Their wounds like knives, cutting through even wounds that always grew. They painted pictures of success, but couldn't fix what's left on us. Now we're left to bear the strain of the pain that lingers, never wanes. It's us versus the system, we're breaking the mold. That's in the air, yeah, we're taking control. No more silence, no more fear. Together we rise, let them know we're here. Riders ignite. So remember this moment, remember this space, remember this sound. We're the voice of the future, and we won't back down. In the face of oppression, we'll stand up tall. It's us versus the system, and united with all. Riders show how we ignite.
All right, guys, listen. Let's grab all the toxicity, all the toxic people. All right, throw them out the window and Kobe them into a trash can. Forget about them like yesterday's newspaper, because that's what they is. Irrelevant. All right. Let me welcome everybody to the Writers for Life brings you the Let's Talk About It podcast. All right. Today, we're going to do part 2 of Jumped by Bullies. All right. The Chicago mother. 2. All right. They got jumped by the bullies in Chicago. Listen, we got, I think it's 2 videos by Pink Book Lessons. 2 videos by Pink Book Lessons, right? I'm going to review and react to them. All right, and I'm gonna give my little commentary, my perspective, my opinion. Let me give it, before we get started, a shout out to my day 1 subscribers, my new subscribers. I really appreciate y'all, man. I'm sure they wouldn't make it, this far if it wasn't for y'all. Okay, guys, listen, let's talk about it. Today, we're gonna start off with Chicago. All right, the mama who got jumped by bullies. All right, yeah, I said it, jumped. And before anybody tries to, sweep it under the rug, let's call it what it is. Violence, cowardness, and failure on every level. All right. Shout out to Pink Book Lessons for putting the updates together. But now, it's time to break it down. All right. Raw. Blessings to everybody coming in the chat. Virgin Moonlight. What the blessings. I think I read it right. Yeah. Blessings to anybody coming in. We got the beautiful Miss Chicago in the building. And who else do we got in here? We got Miss April Showers. And I think Mouthpiece was on this John this morning. I had to push these lives. But let's get this John started, all right? Listen, when it comes to this topic, everybody want to play the blame game, all right? Some say it's the parents' fault. Some say it's the schools. Some point at the community. But what if I told y'all it's all of the above, all right? Because, it is. It's layered. It's systemic, right? And it all starts with the parents first. Real shit. Let me make sure that my mic is working. Yeah, my mic is working. So, let's call out the bullshit real quick. Too many parents are out here, right? Raising kids like they're accessories, right? Not responsibilities. They'll buy the sneakers, they'll post the selfies, but won't teach discipline, respect, or empathy. They'll scream, "Not my child," when the school calls, but their child is the one terrorizing classrooms. Parenting ain't about defending your kids' bullshit, all right? It's about shaping them so they don't become the bullshit. Well, don't get it twisted. All right, the schools ain't off the hook either. Administrators sweep trauma under the rug like it's dust. Teachers are quitting left and right because they're tired of being babysitters, therapists, and punching bags all at once. Discipline got stripped away. No detention, no accountability. All right, and now bullies run wild like it's a damn playground jungle. In the community, don't act brand new. Right? When neighbors stop caring, when folks stop linking up, when town halls are empty, the kids see it. They learn silence. They learn, apathy. Right? They learn the chaos. They learn that chaos gets attention, but accountability, that gets ignored. Right? So here's the truth, right? It all plays a part. Parents, schools, community, right? Everybody's fingerprints are on, is on this mess. And until we stop pointing fingers and start linking arms, the cycle continues. All right. Comfort is the coffin where, justice goes to die. If you're comfortable ignoring the violence, you're burying the next generation. If you're comfortable blaming but not building, you're a part of the problem. All right. This Chicago mom could have lost her life. Her kids could have lost their mother. And all because too many adults failed to do their damn job. That's the truth. All right. That's the awareness. And it makes you squirm. All right. If it makes you squirm, good. Squirming means the chains are rattling. Hey, but I could be wrong. All right. So let's continue. All right. Let's get right into this video. All right. I don't know if y'all remember the lady that came up with the little girl apologizing, and everybody was saying that that was the little girl's mom. Well, she wasn't the little girl's mom. Apparently, she's an advocate. All right. She's some type of advocate. So we're gonna listen to what she's got to say real quick, all right? And then I'm gonna give a little bit more of my commentary, all right? And I do gotta pause and react to this. So if y'all want to, catch up to this, all right, go check out. Oh, I forgot to hit the like button on this channel. Go check out Toxic Woman Dragged After Downplaying Part in Chicago. Students Jumping 33-year-old Mother. All right.
Stuff to y'all, but y'all seem confused, and I don't do the confusion. Yes, I was there. Yes, I was there. Did I touch that lady? No, I did not touch that lady. Did I touch her kids? No, I did not touch her kids. I'm talking about why you let your niece fight that lady and her kids? Mind your business. I'm not her CEO and I'm not her mama. And
so this the aunt.
Minded my business.
It ain't you gotta explain because it's all there, babes. She goes on to jokingly say how she was an innocent bystander and she doesn't believe in violence. You literally watch the violence happen.
Exactly.
Your niece is literally a part of the violence, and you're not her CEO, you're not her mama. I don't give a damn if this is your brother's child, sister's child, whoever's child. You mean to tell me that you cannot reprimand your niece when you know that she's doing dead wrong? Or do you really not know? Because it seems to be that you are very ignorant, that you're very remedial, and that you take this lightly. See, this could have ended up being a very expensive weekend for you and your entire family. But thank goodness that that mother that God sent was only concerned about protecting her children instead of harming y'all's. But we wondering why the children are behaving like this. Look at what they come from. Look at the stock that they come from.
Facts.
That's girl's auntie. Look at where she come from. And the same woman who, by the way, is bragging about dining and dashing. It's just a whole generation of degenerate.
Hey, I agree with you. And the aunt is young. That's a real young aunt. I'm not sure if she's a teenager or if she's in her early 20s.
I want to bring your attention to the woman right here. Apparently, she's the auntie of the child that popped this whole thing off. Remember the 33-year-old Chicago mom with sickle cell that was attacked along with her son and daughter as she walked them home after school? That video went viral. It was a whole gang of elementary kids putting hands and feet on this lady and her 9-year-old son. Well, there was a bigger kid that set this whole thing off and led this group of children allegedly get them to attack this woman and her children.
But yet she was just following. And like I said the last time, right? How was she following? Like if she threw the first punch, how was she following? All right? She wasn't following. Listen, I'm going to say this. Let's flip the damn script. Because it's crazy how I keep hearing people say that the Chicago mom was weak, that, she ain't defend her kids. All right. Weak. Nah. Let me tell you something. All right. This woman did, what she was supposed to do, what she had to do, the way she had to do it. And unless you've lived with sickle cell, unless you've carried that pain in your bones every single day, you don't get to run your mouth about what, she should have done. But this little girl right here has no respect.
The older kid is reportedly in middle school, an 8th grade girl. She's the one who went up to the mother and threw the first punch, setting off this whole situation. Well, this woman right here is supposedly her auntie. According to her, she was also there when this happened. She was a witness. So she saw her niece punching a grown woman, and instead of doing anything about it, she sat up there and condoned it. And it didn't help that the niece came online with her mama with an apology that social media isn't happy with because
that's not even her mom, is the crazy part. All right. And on the next video, y'all going to see it. All right. This is not even her mom. She is some type of advocate. Her mom couldn't even show up. Her mom didn't even show up. That's the crazy part about it. And I think there's another video. I'm not sure if I should do a part 3, but I think we might do a part 3. All right. Where I think Lovely T has a little more. So we might end up doing part 3. I'm not sure when we'll do it, right? Because it's something needs to be done when it comes to these bad ass kids, all right? They're saying that, oh, ain't shit gonna change. The cycle is gonna keep repeating itself. Why? Why should it keep repeating itself? Is it because we don't do something or because we let it keep repeating itself? But let's continue.
They said the girl wasn't serious. She thought it was funny or amusing. And her mama was also online talking crazy to everybody while trying to defend her daughter, saying she got good grades and how they better not do this or that. That was the response after her daughter attacked a grown woman and got all these little kids to jump in. Go ahead and look at this right here. It's a little girl and her mama. Explain it.
I think everybody, we've all seen the video. Everybody's been sharing it. The public outcry is definitely there, and we're all on the same accord that we want. I think more so than anything, we want everybody to understand that this is a child. All of them children that was in that video was children. Some of them, not all of them, may have families, but this baby here, she has a family that cares, that loves her, that has held her accountable. She understands what is going on, and I don't expect her to speak. We do not expect her to speak as we are going to speak because she's a child.
I mean, wasn't a child when she was putting paws on the 33-year-old mom of 2 with sickle cell. I mean, I know that kids do things right without thinking, but come on, man, this was premeditated, y'all. All right. It is too much of this shit going on, all right? And what's crazy is that there's nothing that could be done according to the law, right? Because these are minors. So, you got a lot of people coming online. The conversations are starting to spread within communities. People starting to have these conversations, right? And are starting to also say the same thing, right? And it's crazy that, I hear some that, some feel the same way I do. It's kind of like, damn, man. But there are some really good parents out here. You see, they're not, it's kind of because it's crazy. They fall under the neglectful category, right? Because they don't take the time, right, to spend time with their kids, right? Or take the time to talk to their kids because they're either too busy working or, listen. But we got to give it to them, right? They trying to, they best to put bread on the table, but still, right? Your job should not come before your kids. But it's crazy. And this can go so many ways. But still, your kids come before any job. It's just that the way they got everything, all right? That's why they trying to change these policies with the Child Reasonable Act, all right, for the parents that need to work, and they got teenagers that can babysit their kids and stuff like that. But not every teenager is capable of babysitting a child. You see where I'm coming from? It's so much going on. It's so much. But it doesn't listen, there's nothing in this world that could excuse, right? This little girl leading a group of kids, all right, to jump a 33-year-old mom, right? And she was right along with the little boy that was bullying the 33-year-old mom's son. So y'all have to go catch up to part 1 of this live, all right? So that y'all can see the mom with sickle cell talking in the hospital and much more.
What grade are you in, Myra?
8th.
She's in 8th grade.
What grades do you get?
A's and B's, and I was homecoming queen.
Wait, stop the madness. Why are you coming up here reading off this resume of accolades after we just saw this little girl run up and punch a grown woman? She's in the 8th grade. She attacked a 33-year-old woman while she was walking her kids home. And her mama want us to hear about how she was the homecoming queen while skinning and grinning, telling us how she got A's and B's. Okay, thank you for telling us and confirming that she obviously had sense and knew exactly what she was doing.
Facts.
Yeah, she was the ringleader. She's over all these little kids, allegedly ordering attacks on other little kids and adults. So yeah, tell us more.
The captain of the cheerleading team.
Okay. She's the captain of the cheerleading team. So she's a leader, right? And the other kids look up to her. So she's using that influence to encourage other kids to destroy other children and adults. Listen, I don't care what this mama is talking about. This girl kicked this whole thing off. A little girl operating these little kids like a remote control. Very sick, by the way. And you got the mama and her family telling us she made A's and B's. That's not helping. It's just confirming that she knew exactly what she was doing. So
she got it from the mama. Yeah, keep it up. Tell us more.
I Better person.
We will know that this baby, as well as all the other babies that's in that video, are very much our future. So if we laughing at them, we laughing at ourselves.
No, ma'am. Your daughter is the leader of the future inmates of America.
Hmm.
Already manipulative at such a young age.
Real shit.
And we see where she got it from. Her mama was on social media talking greasy along with other family members. But I'm telling you, you have to watch out for people like this and their children. A girl that will go up and punch a 33-year-old grown woman is dangerous. She's only a kid and she's already moving like this. She basically ordered all these children to jump on that mother and her children. This right here is the type that will get your daughter slashed, because she's just jealous, or the type that will set your sons up. Yeah, this little girl dangerous already in the 8th grade. The ringleader of all these little kids in the streets coming home from elementary school. And no doubt about
Facts. Yo, I can't disagree with her right here.
it. They targeted this woman and her son.
Said that.
Yeah, they jumped on that mother and her kids, all because she was weak with sickle cell. She's got some health issues, some sort of disability with her walk and her speech, and that's 100% out of order. If they pick on grown women like this, how do you think they handle kids with disabilities in school? And just because she was the homecoming queen, we're supposed to excuse her disgusting behavior? No,
Don't it sound like the girls that you watch in the movies, homecoming things, or also bullies and stuff like that? Are these movies even, listen, because growing up, right, I know that we had kids that were bad, all right? We know we had little popular kids and everything, all right? But it never was like in the movies, all right? But it's crazy how in 2025, we see these kids, and it's kind of like they remind you of what you see in these movies. It's like these movies are turning into real life. And shout out to Miss Chicago. Miss Chicago said, those kids is trash. Their parents are trash. Just their reaction to the situation makes them trash. The parents. Facts. And big shout out to Realist Show. Make sure y'all go check out Realist Show. Great conversations and great topics, y'all. Big shout out, big bro. But I know the lady I dated her father about 20 something years ago. Oh snap. Okay, Miss Chicago. I didn't know that. It's the little smirky face she put on the chat though. She got me geeking. Oh, she's like a scorpion on this jaw. Whoosh. Oh snap. All right, my bad. Listen. All right. But it's true though. Look. Let's talk about the bullshit, right? And the hypocrisy real quick. All right. Listen. The same people screaming, I would have put paws on them kids, are the same ones who would have dragged her, all right, if she did put paws on them kids. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. That's why I don't see her as a coward. I see her as a mother who made her best choice with the options that she had. Because, here's the reality. If she fought back, the internet would have called her abusive. If she stayed calm, the internet calls her weak. Either way, she's crucified. All right. That's a trap society sets for mothers, especially Black and brown mothers. They're expected to be superheroes, but the second they defend themselves, they're villains. Real shit. Only on social media you hear people talk like this.
And just because she was the homecoming queen, we're supposed to excuse her disgusting behavior? No. She targeted that mother because of her disability. And you don't have to look too far to see who's raising this disgusting human being.
So we want to make sure that we check that and that we be present, and that those people that are not on the ground, those people that are scared of our young kids, that we get out here and we touch them, that we let them know that we hear, that we got something to say, that we care about them, that they have more resources than they know, and that we are available to them.
Little girl, the fact that you sat on that live with that hoodie on, looking like Cleo, ready to set it off, lets me know that you would do it all over again if you had the chance to. And please don't think that we don't know that you tried to play in our face with that whack this apology. It was very forced and it was very disingenuous. Not only that, the fact that you sat up there laughing and trying to smile through it all pissed me off even more. And to that woman that was in the video with you talking about she's just a child. Well, she wasn't a child when she raised her hand and started swinging on that grown woman.
Facts.
So guess what?
I
From
said
here
the
on out,
same
you
shit.
get grown woman treatment. Not only that, see, y'all tried to play with that lady, but God didn't play about her. That woman got a new house. She got a new car. She moved out of that neighborhood and her children now go to a new school. Not only that, a local rapper now is going to fly her and her family out to LA for the weekend and covered all of their Christmas stuff. The reality of it is that apology that you gave will not take away the memories that that lady is going to have to live with for the rest of her life from what y'all did to her and her children. So you can keep that.
Facts.
You put your motherfucking daughter on this motherfucking internet and you want to first.
She didn't get none of them things, Miss Chicago. They lied. So they didn't get. Wow, that's fucked up, yo. If she didn't get none of that stuff, that's crazy.
Tell us not too much. Don't disrespect your daughter. Have some respect. They fucking kids. We don't give a fuck about if they kids or not. Because if half of us was at that mother and we was on site at that fucking school, we would have forgot they was kids. Because remind your fucking daughter and her regular friends that they was the fucking children and they should have showed some fucking respect. You know how stupid you fucking look as a mother? Got your fucking daughter on this fucking internet. That little motherfucker sitting there smirking and that was a forced fucking apology. And them two bitches that you had behind you, oh, listen, they kids, you the kids are our future. Stay in my fucking future, not them raggedy motherfuckers. You got me up. You done put your fucking raggedy daughter on this motherfucking internet with two other adults. That video showed me everything I fucking needed to know. I see why your daughter did that. You think we give a fuck about her good grades? You think we give a fuck about her being a captain of any cheerleader? And she don't need to be the captain of, because if she clearly showed us she can't lead a mother. They never couldn't lead, and I don't give a that I called her because she's a child. I don't give a. They wasn't acting like fucking children. So don't get on this fucking internet giving us that an apology and think we're gonna swallow that. Keep that. And like I said, that video and the way you were speaking and the way them other two bitches behind you was acting, it tells me everything I fucking need to know why your daughter acted like that. Get the fuck out of here.
And you as a mother to come up here and try to justify what that little bad little girl did, yeah, you definitely the problem. So of course we didn't, TikTok and the people's in the street, we gonna find out what's going on. We done found out who the little one who started with the punch. We done found out who she, and we all knew it was gonna be that one parent that come out and say, my child is good, my child.
I'm dead. But listen, she's not the mom. All right. Everybody keeps saying that's the mom. She was an advocate. All right. And it's unfortunate, all right, that she didn't get the things that they're saying that she got. All right. Because listen, she sure as hell deserve it. So, shout out to these moms out here that are talking good about her. All right. But like I said earlier, right, the internet is like over here, like it's like pick a side on some real shit. All right, you got some pointing fingers, some blaming the school, some blaming the parents, some blaming the kids, some blaming both. All right, some are blaming the mom for not defending her two kids. But listen, to everybody calling her a coward, let me flip it back on you. Cowardness is sitting behind a screen, all right, judging a sick woman for not fighting children while she's out here living with pain you couldn't handle for 5 minutes. Cowardice is blaming her instead of blaming the parents who raised those bullies. Cowardice is talking loud, all right, but doing nothing. This mom, all right, did the best she could with the cards she was dealt. And that's not weakness. That's resilience. That's strength. That's survival. And if you can't see that, maybe you're the one who needs to be roasted. All right. The question is, all right, the question is this. What are the parents going to do, all right, with their badass kids? And let me be clear. I'm not talking about every parent, all right? If the shoe fits, wear that bitch, all right? I'm talking about the neglectful ones, The ones who act like raising a child is optional, like discipline is a suggestion, like love is something you sprinkle on birthdays, but forget the other 364 days of the year. This is wild.
Get straight A's and B's. She on the cheerleading team. She was prom queen, and she is the ring leader. Yeah, she the ring leader. It's usually the ones who got the most. And guess what? It's the ones who ain't got nothing either. Because them little boys and that other little girl that was sitting up there fighting the little boy, found out that they mama is an addict. She round here squatting in an apartment.
What the
kids
fuck?
ain't got nothing. They barely can get up and go to school. Probably going to school smelling. They getting bullied, sound like. So now, they done walked home from school and decided they wanted to fight a grown woman. And then you can hear one of the kids in there saying, don't hit my brother. You grown. Don't hit him. What you mean? You finna get a grown whooping. Do you hear me? Kids would have been slanging everywhere like over popcorn around that mother. Do you hear me? And again, it always that 1 or 2 parents that's got to come out and make it seem like they kid is being pressured into doing it. I hope that lady sue every last one of you mother.
Yep.
Do you
Me
hear
too.
me?
Bro, lock him up. Throw away the key. Lock him up. Throw away the fucking key. Bro, watching that video pissed me the off. Literally. The boy was hugging his mom and they were talking. Then they beat the mom up. And then they beat the son up. Talking about, yeah, get him. Y'all need to know what your kids is out here fucking doing, bro. Your kids is out here bad as a mother. Lock their ass up. They need to learn. I'm sorry. I'm not forcing kids to jail, but they need to go.
I agree, but unfortunately, right, according to the law, the only one that could probably get charged would be the 13-year-old, but they're saying detention centers are full. All right, so there's no way of punishing these kids. And what's crazy is, right, when you really look at it, right, if they put away the parents, these kids end up in some type of foster system type shit. My bad. My words is, I'm tired of shit. I'm not gonna sit here and lie, and I gotta get up early as hell. But I mean, listen, we can talk about this and go about it so many ways. That's why we have to find the right solutions. We have to find ways to change these policies, all right? And I'm not making excuses, and we're not sugarcoating shit. You see where I'm coming from? Because, listen, see, I know sometimes good parents have kids, all right, that go left. I get that. But even then, there's still an issue. You may not be neglecting your child on purpose, but without even realizing it, sometimes you do. Neglect ain't always about food or shelter. It can be, about time, about listening, about presence. Sometimes what these kids need is not just to be heard, but to feel like somebody actually gives a damn about what they're saying. All right, let me put it like this. Too many parents are throwing their kids to the wolves, all right? Letting the streets, the internet, and peer pressure raise them. And then turning around asking what happened. The answer is right in their face. What happened is you stopped showing up. What happened is you stopped listening. What happened is you thought survival was enough, but survival without guidance is just chaos waiting to explode. But maybe I'm tripping.
They need to go for a while, bro.
Nope, she's not pregnant from Chicago.
For real, bro. I reposted the video. I did, because I know y'all like to say that I reposted the video, bro. That pissed me the fuck off, bro. If that was my baby mama, God. I would have fucked all them kids up. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I would have fucked them all up. I ain't saying I'm going to, do nothing crazy. But I'm going to fuck that up. Because that video pissed me the off. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? And she had sickle cell too? Oh, y'all thought y'all wasn't gonna get in trouble, huh? Man, that's exactly why when I be walking outside and I be walking into a group of kids, I don't walk through them motherfuckers, because as soon as you motherfuckers with me, man, I'm gonna you up.
Damn.
Straight up. When I'm walking with my kid. Bro, that video hurt my feelings, bro. Lock that.
That's crazy. Because you know what's crazy? I mean, I get it. I know what some people are capable of, but that woman was on her only focus was, you know, really protecting her kids. One blow to her, like the wrong listen, they're lucky she didn't. People with sickle cell have gotten blows to the body and have lost their lives. All right. That's how sensitive their body is, their immune system is. All right. And these kids, this woman had a guardian angel that day. All right. The way they was fucking her face up. And yes, I'm cussing. All right. I don't mean to, but goddamn, man, we keep sugarcoating shit, man. I ain't sugarcoating shit. These kids need to be behind bars, but unfortunately, once again, the laws don't allow it. So what do? We got town halls, all right, to figure this out. But half the time, these town halls are empty.
I don't even want to talk about it. No. Lock that.
As you can see, the internet is fired up about this situation. I mean, everybody is upset about it, rightfully so. And if you saw that video and what those kids did to that little boy and his mama, who was only walking home, you will be upset too. Then for the mom of the little girl who set it all off to get online, acting like her daughter was just following the other kids, when it's very clear her daughter was the ringleader that got all the little kids activated. She's not making this any better. The auntie is out of order too. Absolutely crazy. The auntie was there when it all happened. And her getting on social media with her ignorant response didn't help either. This right here is the family the little girl came from, and that told us everything. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Tell me what you think about this below. Gotta send a shout out to our brother Clarence.
All right, let me pause it right there real quick so we can go to the next Pink Book Lessons video real quick, because they're all her videos. If anyone wants to come and chat with Shorty real quick, right, and keep it on topic, just let me know and I'll drop the link for y'all. All right, but listen, before we press play on this video, let me just say this, all right? Let me call the bullshit out real quick, all right? Neglectful parents love to point fingers, all right? They'll blame the schools, the community, the music, the friends, but the truth is accountability starts at home. If you don't teach your child's boundaries, the world will teach them violence. If you don't teach them, if you don't teach your child respect, the world will teach them humiliation. If you don't teach your child love, the world will teach them hate, all right? The truth is silence is neglect. All right, absence is neglect. All right, a closed ear is neglect. And when you throw your child to the wolves, don't act surprised when they, come back howling. All right, so yeah, I'm calling it out. Parents, stop pretending you don't see the signs. Stop acting shocked when the chaos you ignored turns into chaos you can't control, because the answer ain't out there. It's right there, staring back at you in the freaking mirror. So go out there, look in the mirror. Tell me, what do you see? A puppet with strings or a spirit that's free? And I feel as though that a lot of these parents out here are parents, all right? Are parents with strings attached to their backs, all right? Thinking that they're in an episode of Housewives of Atlanta, all right? Or Baddies on some real shit. Some of them think they're out here, that they're out here dating Flavor Flav and shit. Like, what the fuck? They go Calderon or some shit. Like, come on, man. Your kids come first before a job, before, your friends, before anything out here. Family first. Some of you are scared to lose a job before you pay attention to your kids. Y'all are willing to lose your kids before you lose your jobs. That's the creepy part about some of these motherfuckers out here, yo. I ain't gonna sit here and lie. But let's get the video started.
And doing this.
Whoa, I didn't mean to do that.
Mom.
Okay, everybody, click in. Actually, it's actually okay if they don't click in, okay?
All right, so got to correct something from the last video. The woman in that so-called apology video with the 8th grade girl is not her mother. So
told y'all she wasn't the mom. I think that's who Miss Chicago is talking about, is the chick right here in the back. That's the little girl's mom. I think that's who the mom is. Shout out to Miss Chicago for pointing that out, because I ain't even peep it in the first video.
So the woman with the child you're looking at on the screen here, she is not the mother of this little girl. Really quick, for those that don't know what's going on, a 33-year-old Chicago mom, her 9-year-old son, and her younger daughter all got attacked as they walked home from school. The mom and her son ended up in the hospital. Very sad situation. If you missed my first video on this story, the link is below. Go ahead and check it out, get the initial story. Now, on the video is going around showing the attack. And yes, it was recorded. Some little kid recorded them jumping the mom and the son,
That's
acting like
crazy.
he was filming for World Star. All
Right?
of this learned behavior, by the way. These kids got this from the adults, from recording them jumping somebody, to kids picking on the mom, calling her Shamar, and then kids fighting like some scene from Zeus, Baddies or something. But from that video that was recorded, that I can't show here, it was very clear that this little girl, she set the whole thing in motion. She was the first one to put hands on the mom, and then the other kids followed her. That little girl came out with this apology video. She went live with this woman here and 2 other female adults who went to see about her after the internet started hunting for that little girl, the other kids involved, and their parents. And then this woman here, who everybody thought was her mother, she showed up and decided to put the little girl on camera with the girl's mother's permission, who didn't want to get on camera, but she was supposedly talking crazy on social media, and she's just as out of order as her daughter. That's where she got it from. But this woman showed up as the PR arm, the social activist, to get some attention off this whole situation and tell everybody to leave the kids alone. They're just kids.
That's what I was saying the last time. This shit seemed like some type of PR stuff. Like she's trying to come out with some type of, she's trying to get like some type of funds for some type of program or something. This is not the way to go about it. You see where I'm coming from? Nah. She know what she doing.
But yeah, she confirmed she's not the girl's mother. She wrote this online. She said, one thing about it, I'm solution oriented and I'm not afraid to get in the field the right way. I physically put my body and freedom on the line for Black people. So the comments, requests, and messages are seen, but don't phantom me. I actually care about the woman and her children and all the kids. Resources have poured for the woman and her children, as they should. However, although this is not my child, what are we to do about the kids? Are we to abandon our children or hold them accountable? Are we to step in or fall back? Y'all won't make me feel as if I'm someone who I'm not, because I know who I am. And on top of that, it's very much respected. Half of y'all still behind the keyboard. Get out here and get to work so S like this don't happen again. It takes a village. Meanwhile, y'all still talking about blocks and BS. Please miss me or reach me when you want to collaborate for a better future. Hashtag we all we got. So this was her response to everybody who had something to say about her going live with that little girl. One, she made it clear that's not her daughter. And 2, she's saying, well, yeah, y'all giving resources and helping the mama out, but what about these kids? The kids who attacked the woman who everybody's helping out. And that was her reason for going over there with this fake apology that everybody saw straight through.
That shit is crazy. Listen. Let me go back to my stream now real quick. All right. Mr. Oates. Blessings, Mr. Oates. Big shout out to Mr. Oates, yo. But listen. When kids are out here causing chaos, jumping moms, bullying classmates, terrorizing neighborhoods, the question ain't just what happened to the kids. The real question is what happened to the parents who sit back, do nothing, and act like, that's not their problem. Because here's the truth. Accountability is a two-way street. All right. If a child is out here wilding, yes, they need consequences, juvenile programs, counseling, discipline, something that teaches them boundaries. But if the parents are sitting at home, ignoring the signs, refusing to step in, then hell yes, they should face consequences too. Think about it. If a parent neglects their child's basic needs, the system calls it abuse. If a parent lets their child run the streets unchecked, that's neglect too. It's just dressed up as not my business. If a parent refuses to discipline, refuses to listen, refuses to guide, then they're complicit in the chaos their child creates. All right? When wolves raise wolves, the pack is guilty. You can't throw your child to the streets then act shocked when the streets raise them. You can't ignore the fire, all right, and then cry when the house burns the fuck down.
So the lady showed up to this little girl's mother's home along with 2 other females, presenting herself as some sort of person concerning the community that's just making sure the little girl was all right. And that somebody was defending the little girl and finding out what's going on with her, the one who started this whole fight and jumped the woman along with the other kids because she thought they also needed help. Like, stop the madness. Everybody knows what's going on here. And the 2 females that came along with her, they seem to be in a position similar to those counselors on like Scare Straight or something. But one of them in the background said, hey, she's going live, letting the house know she's recording and she's on social media right now. And that's my problem with this part. Why did this lady right here feel the need to record this or pull out a camera and go live? If you're just trying to check on the little girl and her family, that could have been done without pulling out the camera and doing this.
Facts.
And then y'all see the actual mama of the little girl never got on camera because she didn't want to put herself out there like that. But this woman came over like, hey, I'm helping y'all, then put the little girl on camera. And of course, this video went viral too, putting more attention on the little girl that she was supposed to be ensuring was okay. Now, everybody's got a better view of her, and I believe she's more of a target, which according to her was supposed to be the opposite intention of her visit.
But she knew it.
Oh. Okay. 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 So this is an update, y'all. I want y'all to meet Kamira. She is one of the children that was a part of the fight at OT Bright School on yesterday. We're just coming live so she can say her piece.
Yeah, we're just coming live so she can say her piece. No.
All right. So we have seen that. All right. We've seen that already. I just wanted to get to that part right there. All right. With the update. So we're going to get to another video because in Chicago, I guess apparently the parents have gone, the parents are going like on a little riot type thing. I'm not going to say riot, right? Because riot is where you destroy the neighborhoods, right? A little rally. There you go, rally. I'm over here tripping, talking about riots. Oh, this shit is showing me. I'm back. Goddamn, StreamYard took me off. Mr. Oaks threw me off. I was like, we got Gary Busted Down in the building. Yo, big shout out to Gary Busted Down Brown in the building. Yo, make sure y'all go check him out. Great conversations, great topics. All right. Let me get right back to this video. All right, because we've seen that part already. We got to get back to big book lessons. All right. That's fine. I'm doing this on the wrong channel. I'm over here with it. Snap. I don't know what the hell I'm doing over here. Everything just went crazy. All right, which channel was that on? Listen, don't start glitching on me, all right? There we go. Hey. Why are you glitching? Let's go back to our videos. All right. Where's the... All right. All right. We got a video here, Pink Book Lessons put together, right? Toxic Chicago moms argue and deflect accountability deflect accountability for out of control kids. All right. Listen, before I press play on that video, Mr. Oates, I'm gonna drop the link in a minute. Give me 1 second, all right? I just want to say this. Look, listen. The truth is that, like I told y'all, when y'all throw the wolves out, right? And when y'all throw the kids out to the wolves, right? Listen, you can't get mad, all right? When your child comes back howling, all right? Like if you throw me out to the wolves, right? What do you think is gonna happen? So for me, I feel as though, yes, the kids need consequences, but the parents who do nothing, they need accountability too. Maybe, it's fines. Maybe it's mandatory parenting classes. Maybe it's legal, charges when the chaos crosses into violence. Because if you're raising or, how can I say, failing to raise a child who harms others, you don't get to walk away clean. Otherwise, you're just punishing kids while the cycles keep repeating. And that's the real problem. Without holding parents accountable, we're just cutting weeds, all right, while the roots keep growing. But maybe I'm tripping on what I'm saying, all right? Because this is not bullying. Let's stop watering it down with soft words. This is a crime by both the kids and the irresponsible parents. And don't forget, kids copy what they see. All right, they mirror the chaos, the neglect, the violence. All right, they grow up around. Think about it. So when you see kids wilding out like this, remember, they didn't invent the behavior. They inherited. Those kids were jealous of that little boy's bond with his mama, jealous that she walked him home, showed him love, gave him presents. And you know why? Because half of them probably don't even, know where their parents are. That's the truth. Nobody wants to say out loud. All right. And the fucked up part about it is this is how you die young, caught up in chaos, race, and neglect, fueled by jealousy. And then the first thing that you hear is, my baby was a good child. My baby was a good child. My baby was a good child. My baby is a good child. My baby was a good child. Like on some remix type shit, man. No. Stop lying to yourself. Stop rewriting history when the damage is already done. That little boy is scared, all right, for life. Watching his mother get attacked, crying, screaming, helpless, that's trauma that doesn't just fade away, all right? That's pain that sticks, that shapes, that haunts. And the fact that people want to call this bullying instead of what it is disgusting. These kids need jail time. I don't care how old they are. Accountability doesn't have an age limit. If you're old enough to jump a mother in front of her child, you're old enough to face consequences, period. And the parents, they don't get a free pass either, right? If you raise or fail to raise a child who harms others, you're part of the fucking crime. Point blank, period. When wolves raise wolves, the pack is guilty. When neglect breeds chaos, the whole family is complicit. And until we stop excusing it, until we stop softening it, until we call it what it is, crime, the cycle will keep repeating. The whole thing is disgusting and it makes me uncomfortable to hear me say it. All right? Good. Because comfort is the coffin where justice goes to die. Real shit. Now where my little box go? StreamYard messing with me, yo. Nope. It's puppy power. Scrappy doo. Oh, my screen wasn't sharing. So the link is down in the chat below for those that want to come and chop it up with a shorty real quick. I'm gonna press play this. I'm gonna press play right now on the video. All right, so that we can hear what these parents got to say. So like I said earlier, we got toxic Chicago moms argue, and deflect accountability for out of control kids.
It's our community. I'm telling you, as black men.
Private schools control their kids. Public schools should never control their kids.
Sister, all I'm saying is, when you see a black.
And here's one of the members of the community in Chicago. She's arguing back and forth with the black man that's telling them the issue that happened at the school where all those kids jumped on a 33-year-old woman, her 90-year-old son and daughter. He's telling them it's a problem in the black community. While the mother here, she's placing all the blame on the school. She said the public school system is the issue here because they can't control the kids anymore, and they're the ones that allow the mother and her kids to get jumped. When, from my understanding, this happened a couple of blocks away from the school as they walked home. But yeah, this woman here, she's blaming the whole situation on the school system. While the brother talking to them, he's trying to get them to understand and recognize this is an issue with the black community. And see, I'll take it even further. It's an issue in the black households, in the black community, broken households, single parent households led by women. There's no real leadership in the house. And this is how you get children misbehaving like this, jumping on mothers in the community and their children. But they don't want to hear that, though. They just want to blame everybody else. They want to blame principals and teachers, but refuse to look at the homes the kids come from.
Man, taking responsibility for the bullshit that's happening to our community. Y'all got to learn to stand down. Y'all got to stop it. It's not a war between us. It's not a war. Let's go with that.
Damn.
Hey, what you doing?
It's all women?
It's the way you came. It's the way you came.
No, it ain't. No, it's not, sister. Yeah, everybody wrong. We dealing with you.
No, this shit is wild. Blessings, Mr. Oates. Blessings, how you doing? Yo, this situation is crazy. Listen, you know what the issue is? No home training. All right. Contrary to the popular belief, the home is the first school. That's where lessons of respect, discipline, and love are supposed to start. But too many parents are out here, all right, well, how can I say, failing the classroom before the child even steps foot in, any school building. These are the same parents who defend, their badass kids instead of correcting them. The same ones hogging resources, crying victim, and blaming every other leader, all right? Teachers, principals, community activists, except the failed household leader who created the chaos in the first place. Let's be real. If you can't lead your own household, don't point fingers, all right, at the world when your child becomes the goddamn problem. Let's get it together. Mr. Oates, how you doing? All right. I think Mr. Oates is having some technical difficulties. So I'm going to press play until I hear his voice, or I press pause again.
We here. They not here. We here with you. We here. Who you fighting?
Completely out of order. Now you see where the kids get it from? The black men, they're saying, hey, we're showing up. We want to get the community straight, basically take back over leadership after these feminists ran it in the ground. Mama been running the black community for decades now, since daddy government put her on the payroll and she kicked the black man to the curb for the government. Don't get it twisted. The government had a diabolical plan. So sure, they're definitely co-defendants. They both worked together against the black man for decades, and this is how we ended up here.
And that's going to be one of our next slides, all right? How the welfare took over and daddies left houses.
See, when black men even show up to try to get it right, they're disrespectful. They ignore his position as a black man, especially if he's telling them the truth. And he's saying as a community, black people got to change. You can't just expect for the educators at the school to be responsible for your kids' behavior. Their bad behavior starts at home. And by the way they're arguing with him over this, bucking up, we see exactly where the kids get it from. The kids are emotional just like them. They're irrational just like them. And they don't like to follow any type of order like them. And then they go out into the world, and ultimately the police.
Hold on. Stop this right now. Stop this.
Blessings, Mr. O.
Yeah, let's do this. No, let's do this another night, because this is a serious topic.
What happened?
No, this is a serious topic.
Mm-hmm. I know. I've been talking about it for a whole hour.
Yeah, there should be more people at least chiming in on it.
Oh, I ain't worried about that. I'm gonna say what I gotta say. If they come in on part 3, then they come in on part 3.
Yeah, because I know Dimples. You Dimples.
I'm gonna say what I gotta say, because listen, whether I do an hour, 2 hours, you see, I'm still gonna give my commentary because I got things to do in the morning. Like, if nobody want to come up, the link is down. Anybody can come up to give, their perspective on it. But I'm still gonna say what I gotta say. I don't worry about that, Mr. Oates. I didn't make it this far. Shit, I've done this on my own, up here on the panel by myself, with people, in the chat, and without people in the chat. Because it's gotta get said. If you wait for people, you're never gonna say what you gotta say.
Right.
I lead by example. Real shit. I lead by example. Listen, I ain't make it this far not leading by example and showing it. People will come in the due time. You gotta realize this is the channel. But anyways, let's go back because it's it's crazy how these mamas is acting, man. Y'all gonna hear what I gotta say.
Yeah.
In court system, they're all waiting to just like them. And they don't like to follow any type of order, just like them. And then they go out into the world, and ultimately the police and court system, they're all waiting to discipline them because they're out of order. But look, the apple don't fall too far from the tree.
Nope.
Okay, then let me finish.
I'm fighting for what's right, my brother. I'm a true law man, and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to fight for what's right. Them slaves watched that lady get jumped on, and they didn't do nothing.
They got shot. Because they know me. I'm done. I'm good. Y'all deal with her. I'm done. I'm good. Y'all deal with her.
Listen, I heard them saying I'm grown and all this hoopla, like I don't have to listen to you. That's the attitude they're leading with. So the brother walked away. He was like, I'm going. He told them, I don't have to stand here and deal with this with y'all. He said he didn't come down there to fight her. That's why he said I'm out, and told the rest of the women to let her help y'all. It's the same story repeating itself.
Yep.
The power struggle. The black man and the black woman can't get anywhere because the black woman want to take the wheel and have complete control instead of letting the men handle the business and do the heavy lifting.
Let's take away the black man and the black woman. Even though it is happening in the black community a lot, guess what? It's happening in all communities. All right, the Puerto Ricans, the Dominicans, the Mexicans, the whites. It's happening all over for some reason. But for why can't we get it together though in the urban community? All right, brown and black, we need to get it together.
Nah, instead they want to be the man and show him that she can handle it alone. And I'm going to tell you, you're not going to get many people to stick around and fight you to help you. I'm sorry. It shouldn't be this much resistance just to help somebody and support them. If you make it too difficult for people to be around and help you, then soon you're going to look up and see nobody around. Why? Because you made them all walk away.
They don't want to pray. They want to fight. And that ain't going to, you're broken fight. They getting billions of dollars to non-citizens while we out here crying.
This ain't about no woman, ain't about no man. This ain't about no woman standing down or nothing. If we ain't out here fighting for these kids, who else? Half of these men on the corner drinking 40 ounces, grabbing their but they want us to stand down when this happen. No, we gonna show up and show out.
That's the problem.
Show out. This ain't about no man or no woman standing down. That was the wrong word to use, brother.
Hey, Mr. Oates.
Okay. No, listen. Good God Almighty.
This is wild.
No, just give me a minute. Let me gather my thoughts real quick. Do we have a commercial we can play right now?
You want a commercial? Let me, while you gather your thoughts, let me say something. All right, listen. A mom of two attacked, all right, in front of her child. That's not bullying, all right? That's a crime. And yes, she's pressing charges according, to, how can I say, my research. I'm not sure if it's so true, all right? As she should, though, because enough is enough. You don't get to terrorize families and walk away like it's a playground scuffle, all right? The truth is the home is the soil, and whatever you plant there grows. If you plant neglect, you grow chaos. If you plant silence, you grow violence. All right. If you plant excuses, you grow destruction. And when the fruit rots, don't act surprised. All right. It's the seed you sowed.
Right. You know I love you, right?
I love you too, Mr. Oates.
Yeah. That didn't help. That didn't help nothing.
No, but I still gotta say what I gotta say. So
no,
get your thoughts together.
That didn't. I'm just letting you know that didn't help nothing because I was trying to slow everything down a little bit.
Oh, slow down for what? I gotta say all this. I only got maybe another hour.
Turn down for what?
Yeah, no, man, I gotta say all this because I only got maybe another hour on this.
Oh my God. Oh, see, that's what. That's
I gotta get my thoughts out because if I don't get my thoughts out,
that's what this. Oh,
yep, it's crazy out here.
This is why this little sis. She was like, "Oh, nigga, what you mean? Oh, why I ain't turning it down?" But no,
Why you think I don't drop the link? Because ain't nobody coming up for these topics. People come up when it's drama. So I ain't even worried about people. I like having my conversations with people.
See, I know this.
I ain't worried about people over here.
No, listen, that ranch hurts.
That who?
Never mind. I ain't gonna tell you again.
Mr. Oates just threw me off again. Wait a minute, though. What?
Yeah. See, I'm not even gonna say it again. Somebody else gonna say it in the chat, right? Because they caught it. They was just waiting for that.
Wait.
Now look at you.
Troll in the chat
now look. You in the chat. Like, what did he just say?
Well, yeah, I'm confused and shit. That's why I don't really pay attention unless a question's being asked or somebody say something like this.
I
want
to see who was actually paying attention.
The 3 people in the chat, maybe, or 2. Yeah, because it's only in between both of these Jones that I got on. It's 2 on one, and there's 2 on the other. So maybe a total of 4 people. I ain't worried about that shit.
No.
Yeah, I constantly say that. I come, I do my lives, I say what I gotta say. It's called bringing awareness and reclaiming what we think we've lost.
Yeah, you be a bully with your shit sometimes.
I have to. I say what I gotta say because at the end of the day, this is the reality.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah, you
Ain't nobody else gonna say it. People too scared. People too scared. And I've already peeped that shit. Listen, if this was a panel where I was sitting here and me and you was cussing each other out and we was, on some type of beef every day, oh, we know we'll have hundreds and probably thousands in the chat. But we don't do that shit over here. Over here it's all positivity. And when when somebody calls me out, I speak my mind, I say what I gotta say, and then I leave them right where they belong in the motherfucking dust.
Like, never mind. Yeah, I'll talk to you.
I'm different. Mr. O's funny as shit. I'm built from a different cloth. That's why they love me exactly the way I am.
We're gonna figure it out.
Mr. O's funny as shit.
Yeah, no, riders. We're gonna figure it out.
Yep. But listen, getting back on topic, all right.
Okay, get back on topic. My fault.
We need to stop pretending that, these are kids being kids. All right, because this is really, in reality, this is the reflection of failed parenting, failed accountability, and failed leadership at home. And until parents stop defending, all right, how can I say, indefensible, and stop hogging resources while ducking responsibilities, stop blaming everyone else, the cycle will keep repeating itself. The mom who was attacked is pressing charges according to them, right? But the bigger charge is against against a culture of neglect. All right, parents, the mirror is waiting. Look at it, own it, fix it, because the first school is your home. And if you fail there, the streets will graduate your child into chaos. All right, these little thugs out here that y'all talk about so much, that y'all say y'all hate so much, these little drug dealers, is what's raising your kids. The influencers on social media, the celebrities that are getting together with these influencers is what's raising your kids. All right, while you're out here fighting for red and blue. So in the process, this is what's happening right now. All right, we got parents doing this instead of coming together in town halls. It's a few of us. All right, listen. It's a few of us, like especially here, I can only speak on Philly, that you see go to town hall, all right, and go meet up with these politicians, debate them, argue them, all right, write down what it is they want to say so they don't mess up, because you got a few minutes to sit here, all right, and debate and make your statement and tell them what it is that you think needs to be done. Real shit. Y'all think that these debates that y'all see on TV, on social media, it's something. Go try it out. Go town hall. Go do it on town hall where you only got 10 minutes, 15 minutes to max. All right, to give a statement that will convince these politicians on why a policy should be changed, on why you think a stop sign should be put up in a certain, community, on why we should put trash cans here, why we should get our alleys clean, and much more. Oh no, you good, Miss Chicago. Listen, I know a lot of people don't hit panels. That's why I do it like this. See, when somebody like Mr. Oates asks, let me get the link, I'll drop the link. I don't mind, people coming up, but I don't mind doing this by myself either. All right, I have fun. I enjoy doing this by myself because it's kind of like, I'm in the dark. You see, my lights are off. It's like a space where I'm here and I'm just like in my thoughts by myself. That's why sometimes I name my lives random thoughts, random topics, or how can I say, we have a live where, thoughts straight from a shorty's minds, right, out of my chest and into the mic. I don't mind it because I can get a lot said, right? And then these lives get chopped up. You see where I'm coming from? Into little video clips. I'll upload that. Each topic, each clip has its own title, each topic, right? And then from each clip, you get little shorts that you can upload and get people to come in and watch the little videos and watch your lives. So I'm not even worried if a lot of people come into my live right now on some real shit. They'll catch up to it later, and I'll get their thoughts through the comments. That's how we got to do it, man. We're going to get there one day. We're going to get people on this John talking and trying to, bring awareness and try to, speak their mind and see what they got to say. But in the meantime, look, listen, they keep saying that it takes a village, but then get mad when the village calls them out. Ain't that something? All right, listen, folks love to quote the proverb, right? But when accountability shows up at the doorstep, suddenly the village is too harsh, too judgmental. And I say, nah, like you can't have it both ways. All right. If it takes a village, then the village has the right to speak when your child is out. All right. Out of control, out here cussing and causing chaos. Now, let me say this. The lady who came out in defense of that 13-year-old girl who hit the mom of two, she wasn't even the child's mother. So why was she, speaking for another woman's child? That's not protection. That's stupidity. All right. Stupidity. That's enabling. That's the village gone wrong, because defending bad behavior doesn't make you noble. It makes you complicit. And here's the truth, right? I'm still waiting on the consequences for those children. Yes. But also for their parents, because this wasn't a mistake. It was a choice to attack, all right? A choice to disrespect, a choice to traumatize a boy watching his mother get jumped, all right? And choices have consequences, period. Neglect breeds chaos, and chaos breeds crimes. When parents refuse to lead, the streets take over. When adults defend the indefensible, the cycle keeps spinning, all right? And when kids choose to when kids choose violence, it's not kids being kids. It's the reflection of failed accountability at home. So let's stop pretending that this was some accident, all right? Because it wasn't. It was deliberate. And until both the children and their parents face consequences, all right, the message we're sending is clear. Crime pays, neglect pays, silence pays. And that's why the village has to keep speaking, even if it makes people uncomfortable. Because comfort, once again, is the coffin where justice goes and dies. All right. And I refuse to let justice be buried.
Let me say this real quick, okay? Let me say this. Am I clear right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Blessings, answer. Shout out to the answer. Sure y'all go check them out.
Listen. I'm gonna tell you about fucking with I ain't gonna say her name right now. Let me just say this. Nigga, did you just hear all that was being held against you?
You talking to the answer?
No, I was talking to riders.
Oh, you said nigga. I was looking for the nigga. I got a pussy, not a dick. Wait a minute.
I didn't call you. I wasn't calling you. No, I wasn't calling you. No. I was
shit.
I'm like, y'all hear all the shit you just said?
Yo, only Mr. O's. I'm like, wait a minute, where the nigga at? Because I don't see a nigga.
I didn't call you. No, I wasn't calling you that. It was like I was wondering, like, how many y'all just heard that?
I said a lot. And I meant that shit too.
She said, yeah, I know. Yeah, she said a whole bunch.
Hold on, let me check who's at my door real quick.
Now, how many of y'all paid attention? I'm just curious. I'm just curious. How many of y'all paid attention to what she said?
I don't know. How many you got to check?
If you paid attention, or if you think you paid attention, put a black fist in or a fist. Look,
I know Chicago.
Put the fist in the emojis. If you think you got it, if you think you heard it, not got it all the way, maybe not got it all the way, but at least you heard it. Put that fist in the emojis. Man, let me go ahead and look into the I'm not seeing no fist.
That's why I don't pause unless they have something to say.
And that's why I don't pause and I don't what?
I don't pause unless they have something to say.
Come on, man. Y'all, you can't mean.
Listen, I come on this John, say what I gotta say. If somebody wants to come up, they can come up. Other than that, no, these are serious topics. I don't play about that shit. That's why I don't worry about nobody coming on the panel. Like I said, listen, by myself, I can get all my thoughts right. You see where I'm coming from? So it's like I don't worry about that. I come on this John, I say because I'm being real. You see where I'm coming from? Like all this shit that's coming out right now is real. It's not fake, none of that. So unless I write it down, right, I'm gonna forget that shit.
Look, this. Come on. See, I'm looking at y'all like poop butts right now. But don't worry about it. Don't worry.
I tell Mr. Oates, man, listen, they be like that with these lives. That's why I don't be worried about that.
I see. Look, see you can't keep transforming yeah, it was this team. It wasn't this team, it was that team.
What team?
Oh, never mind. Come on, I know you know. I no, come on.
But yeah, let's get back on topic before I forget what I'm saying. All right, because we already seen the little video. All right, but let me say this. All right, guys. Look, I just want to say why. I just want to say, listen, right? For those of you that catch the replay, why is an 8th grader almost supposed to be in high school bothering a 9-year-old anyway? All right, that's not just, how can I say, immaturity. That's predatory behavior. That's a child, old enough to know better. Choosing to target someone younger, smaller, and more vulnerable. All right, and let's be real, she needs to be criminally charged right along with her mammy. All right, and her auntie, who clearly failed to raise her with respect or boundaries. All right, and what's crazy is I don't want to hear, all right, this weak ass excuse about her being a follower or under peer pressure. Y'all can miss me with that shit. All right, she struck the first blow. She lit the match that set off the frenzy. And that's not following. That's leading chaos. That's not peer pressure. That's choice. And choices have consequences.
All right.
So let me in hypocrisy. Society loves to protect that behavior with some labels. All right. She's just a follower. She's just a kid. She ain't know better. Nah. At 13, you know the difference between right and wrong. At 13, hitting a mother in front of her child is not just play. 13, you're enough story. All right. And the story here is violence, trauma, and cowardice. That 9-year-old didn't deserve it. That 9-year-old didn't deserve to be dragged into chaos. The mother didn't deserve to be attacked. And the community doesn't deserve excuses. So yes, the 8th grader needs consequences, and her mammy and auntie need accountability too. Because when you raise or fail to raise a child who harms others, you don't get to hide behind excuses. All right, you're a part of a crime. That wasn't bullying. That wasn't peer pressure. That wasn't a mistake. It was a choice. And until we start treating these choices like crimes, all right, the cycle will keep repeating. But I guess people don't want to,
y'all keep that in mind.
All right.
What we doing
That's about
tomorrow?
it.
What we doing tomorrow?
Me? I don't know.
And
I might hop on someone's live because I got a lot to do tomorrow. I can't go live until next weekend. I might, do a live outside, like a little walk along or something, but I can't really come live. Not tomorrow.
let's do a live where we like you stick your finger up like fuck you and
Ain't
and we talk about for like 35 45 minutes.
man, fucking man, look, we stick our fingers up. Fuck the haters. That's what we say on this bitch. Real shit. But let me say this, all right, guys. All right, what we just witnessed, what we just broke down, ain't just about the one mom, all right, one set of kids or one city. It's about the sickness in a system that keeps recycling neglect, violence, and excuses, all right. And if we don't stop, all right, it will keep eating our children alive. All right, and here's the reminder: our ancestors didn't survive chains, wars, exile, and erasure just for us to, sit quiet while, how can I say, chaos takes over. They fought, they strategized, they endured, and they passed down a blueprint. All right, protect the vulnerable, call out the lies, and never let cowardice, all right, masquerade as strength. We are the descendants of warriors, healers, builders, and truth tellers. That blood runs through us, all right? The fire is us. And every time we speak out, every time we demand accountability, every time we refuse to let neglect slide, we are honoring them. The ancestors are the echo in our bones. How can I say, the drum bell, all right? The drum beats in our chest. The reason we rise even when the world tries to bury us. And if they could endure the unimaginable, then we damn sure can endure the discomfort of telling the truth today. So let's stop pretending this is just about kids being kids. This is crime. This is neglect. All right. This is generational silence trying to repeat itself. And we are here to break it. All right. We remind the ancestors. All right. How can I say, we remind of the ancestors, not just to honor them, but to remind ourselves that, we are the village. We are the fire. We are the ones who refuse to let justice die in comfort. Real shit. I don't know if the answer's still watching. I don't know, because he was drinking on his live. So he might be a little tipsy right now. But anyways, all right. Listen, y'all, I'm going to say this, all right. I need to leave you with this, all right. Something heavy. We talked about the chaos, the neglect, the crime, and the cowardice, and now it's time to call it, plain. This is not, how can I say, this ain't just about kids wilding out. This is about a system who failed households, failed accountabilities, and failed leaderships. That's why I think next weekend we're going to go diving down the rabbit hole, all right, learn our history, and we're going to, touch the topics on the welfare, all right, when did it come into our communities? When did the men leave our houses, and much more? All right. Listen, parents keep saying it takes a village, but they get mad when the village calls them out. And you can't scream for help and then, spit in the face of the people trying to hold you accountable. That's not community. That's hypocrisy. And hypocrisy is poison. And you see a lot of that on social media. All right. So let me call the bullshit out real quick. Too many parents defending badass kids like they're trophies instead of responsibilities. Too many adults hogging resources, blaming schools, blaming leaders, blaming everybody but themselves. Meanwhile, the kids are out here copying the chaos they see at home, turning jealousy into violence and turning neglect into crime. And then, all right, when tragedy hits, the first thing, all right, out their mouth is, my baby was a good child. All right, stop lying to yourself. Stop trying to rewrite your history and stop burying, all right, accountability in excuses. The home is the first school, and if you fail there, the streets will graduate your child into destruction. All right, this wasn't a mistake. It was a choice by these little kids. These kids need accountability, and so do the parents. The community needs, how can I say, accountability, because if we keep softening the truth and we keep calling crime bullying, all right, because what these kids did was commit a crime. They didn't bully. They actually committed a crime. All right. If we keep excusing neglect and struggle, then we're just feeding the cycle. All right. Listen, our ancestors, once again, didn't survive chains, wars, or an erasure. For us to sit quiet All right, and chaos eats our child, all right, our children alive. They fought and they endured, they strategized and they passed down a blueprint to protect the vulnerable, call out the lies. Is it 12 o'clock yet? No. All right, and never let cowardice masquerade as strength. We are their descendants, the warriors, the healers, the builders, all right, and truth tellers. That blood runs through all of us. I listen, you got your own ancestors. You got your own roots, your own culture. The fire is in us. And if they could endure the unimaginable, all right, what the fuck is stopping us? We could sure damn hell endure the how can I say, the unimaginable and the discomfort. Shout out to the ones that are doing it. All right? Listen, I know I curse and I rant. All right, I go long. All right? But because short messages don't break chains. Short messages don't, how can I say, wake the dead. Short messages don't build movements, all right? This is my mic, my truth. And how can I say? Yeah, I gotta say it like that. And if it makes you squirm, good. Squirming means, the lie is crackling. Squirming means the chains are rattling. Squirming means that you're finally feeling the weight that we've been carrying all along. And that's how, I'm gonna leave this for you, all right? And before we do end all this, all right, I want y'all to listen to this, all right? I'm not here to sugarcoat a damn thing. Too many people are out here, all right? And they're out here, they want, how can I say, the pretty version of the truth, the Instagram filtered lie, the let's keep it polite nonsense. Nah, I'm here to drag the bullshit into the light because silence is complicity and complicity is death. All right. We live in a world where folks act like oppression is a glitch in the system, when in reality, oppression is the system. Poverty isn't an accident. All right. It's a business model. Racism isn't a bug. All right. It's a damn blueprint. And every time someone tells me to calm down, to be professional, all right, what they really mean is don't make me uncomfortable with the truth. Well, guess what? Comfort is the coffin where justice goes to die. I'm tired of fake allies who show up, for the photo out, but disappear when it's time, to fight. I'm tired of politicians who treat human lives like, bargaining chips. I'm tired of, how can I say, corporations selling us diversity, right? In commercials where, how can I say, in commercials while exploiting workers behind the scenes. And I'm tired of people who think awareness is enough. Awareness without action is, how can I say, is masturbation. It feels good, but it doesn't change a damn thing. All right? Like the hood is a graveyard of potential buried under policies written by people who never lived here. The schools are cages, the jobs are scraps, and the healthcare system is a roulette wheel where the poor always lose. That's not poetry, that's reality. But I'll spit it like, a verse, or maybe it cuts deeper. And let me be clear. I'm not roasting for laughs. I'm roasting for liberation. I'm, roasting the hypocrisy, the cowardness, the performance of the bullshit that keeps us back. Because if you can't handle the heat of my words, you sure as hell can't handle the fire, all right, of real change. So yeah, I curse, I rant, I go long, because short messages don't break chains. Short messages don't wake the dead. Short messages don't build movements, all right? And if what I'm saying makes you uncomfortable, fuck it. Good. Stay uncomfortable. It ain't my job to worry. Mr. Oaks left, I ain't even peep him. So it ain't my job to babysit nobody's ego. On some real shit. I don't get tired of saying that. We're almost at the 2-hour mark, man. Mr. Oaks left me. I was going to see if he had anything else to say. I ain't even peep he had left. I was over here on the other screen looking at yeah, I'm over here trying to set this John up on my studio. Mr. Oaks left me. I'm all in my little bag up here talking. He like, bounce off. We got Team Easy in the building. Blessings, Team Easy. How you doing?
If I knew then what I know now, sometimes I wonder, would I be the same or would I be different? A shorty still believes in fairy tales and imagination that lasts forever. Sometimes I wonder if I turn back the hands of times, fix my mistakes, will things change? Oh Lord, guide me through this journey of life, help me see the light through all the pain and strife. I wake up in the morning feeling lost and alone, wondering if life's worth living or if I should grab the throne. The weight of the world on my shoulders is hard to bear. I see no change, it's like nobody cares. I look in the mirror, see a stranger staring back, lost in the world that's spinning off track. I ask myself, is this all there is, or should I give up and let the darkness win? I see no change, just the same old game. Wake up in the morning, I ask myself, is life worth living, or should I blast myself? I see no change, just the same old pain, but I know deep down I gotta break these chains. Sometimes I wonder if I turn back the hands of time, fix my mistakes, will things change? Oh Lord, guide me through this journey of life, help me see the light through all the pain and strife. If I can go back in time, tell my younger self it's gonna be fine. Embrace the challenges, let your light shine. You'll grow and learn, just give it time. Hey young me, listen up, don't be afraid. Life's a journey, mistakes will be made. Chase your dreams, don't let them fade. Believe in yourself, you'll make the grade. Don't stress about what others say. Stay true to yourself every day. Love deeply, laugh often, don't delay, cause in the end, it's how you play. Be kind to others along the way. Spread love and positivity each day. Don't worry about what they may say, cause your uniqueness is here to stay. Sometimes I wonder if I turn back the hands of times, fix my mistakes, but things change. Oh Lord, guide me through this journey of life, help me see the light through all the pain and strife. If I can meet my younger self, I tell her not to be afraid, that courage will be her wealth and bravery will never fade. Don't fear the challenges ahead, for you'll face them head on. Your inner strength will dawn. You'll grow up to be a warrior, standing tall, unafraid and strong. A parent, a role model, and inspired, fighting for what's right all along. Sometimes I wonder if I turn back the hands of time, fix my mistakes, but things change. Oh Lord, guide me through this journey of life, help me see the light through all the pain and strife. Looking back on all the roads I've traveled, regrets and lessons learned along the way, but still holding on to hope and faith that with God's grace, a brighter day will come our way. I see no change at all. I'm stuck in this cycle, feeling so small. I ask myself, is this all there is, or should I just end it all with a final kiss? I try to stay strong, but it's getting harder each day. The pain and the struggle won't seem to go away. I'm tired of the lies, tired of the deceit. I see no change, just defeat after defeat. I wake up in the morning feeling lost and alone, wondering if life's worth living or if I should grab the throne. The weight of the world on my shoulders is hard to bear. I see no change, it's like nobody cares. Deep down I know I must fight, I won't let the darkness consume me. I'll shine my light, I'll rise above the pain, I'll break free from these chains. I'll find my purpose and I'll make a change. Sometimes I wonder if I turn back the hands of times, fix my mistakes, but things change. Oh Lord, guide me through this journey of life, help me see the light through all the pain and strife. Sometimes in life we make so many mistakes, and we think that when we fall, we're not able to get up. We listen to those that, talk in our ear, tell us that they, are there for us. And at the end of the day, what's crazy? A friend ain't nothing but $1 in your pocket. Family is what you make of it. Family is not who you're born into. Alright? So we need to pick ourselves up and do what we gotta do. Life is not for you to sit around and wait for Superman to come and save you. Only you can save yourself.
Just like that.
Sometimes, we wish we could, change certain mistakes, but shit, would it change anything? And listen, we've dived down so many rabbit holes, right? And we've come to the conclusion that in history, things haven't changed, all right? It's just different, gatekeepers, all right? A different generation, a different era, all right? And listen, I got a few more poems out here. I don't know what happened to Mr. Oates. I think he, I think Mr. Oates is on like popcorn. He was being a little troll today. I'm gonna get him on the next live though. But I got some poems right here. All right. I don't know who needs to hear it. All right. These are some new poems I've been working on. All right. But if you needed to hear this today, this is for you. All right. I don't have a title for it, but this is the first poem. And it goes like this. Face my demons alone. No one to guide me. Rebuilt myself from the ground up, brick by brick, you'll see. No need for validation or a crowd to cheer. I stand tall on my own, overcoming fear. Silent battles fought in the dead of night. Strength rising within me, shining bright. No applause necessary for my victory dance. I'm the architect of my own second chance. Through the darkness and pain, I found my way, carving out a path where shadows once held sway. No spotlight needed to illuminate my worth. I unearthed resilience from deep within the earth. So here I stand, a warrior reborn, no longer defined by the past that was torn. Validation comes from within, not from without. I face my demons alone. Hear me roar and shout. Why is Team Easy holiday? So we got another poem right here, and it's titleless. All right. I'm gonna work on my titles later. All right. Like I told Mr. Oates earlier, man, if I don't get my thoughts down on paper, listen, I'm gonna forget about it. And this poem goes like this. In the face of adversity, I hold patience. No need for violence or loud statements. My resilience speaks volumes in the quiet, a force to be reckoned with, my power unquiet. I've been broken before, but I don't shatter. I rebuild myself stronger each time. It's no matter. If you cross me, remember my silence isn't a surrender. It's a warning, someone who knows their strength, a contender. Don't mistake my calm for weakness. It's a facade. Underneath lies a warrior, unflawed. I rise from the ashes with unwavering might. A silent storm of ruin, ready to fight. I've let go of the pain you brought. My bad. Poem number 3. All right, listen. I've let go of the poem. I've let go of the pain you've brought. No longer will I be caught. Let me start over. I've let go of the pain you've brought. No longer will I be caught. No longer will I be caught in your web of lies and deceit. You can leave now. My heart's on repeat. You think you can waltz back in, but this time I won't let you in. My doors are closed. My mind is clear. You're not welcome back here, my dear. I've learned my lesson. I've grown strong. You've had your chance. Now you're gone. Don't come back when it's convenient for you. I've moved on. I've moved on to skies of blue. All right. Here's another one. And it goes like this. In shadows deep, I once did dwell. Trusted too swift, my heart did swell. Blind to truth, I let them in. Now awakened, the game begins. Their masks now shattered, lies revealed. Deceit and treachery, unconcealed. My eyes now clear, no longer blind. To certain people, once so kind. I haven't changed, just wiser, grown. Lessons learned from seeds they've sown. Betrayed stings like a sharpened knife. But in the end, I'll claim my life. So once again, all right, I don't know who needs to hear it, but listen, if you needed to hear this, these poems is for you. All right. In the quiet of my soul. Just another one, my bad. In the quiet of my soul, I find my sanctuary. No desire to engage in battles. I choose to be free. Walking away from strife, seeking peace in every way. Not holding into grudges, just letting go each day. Some may not understand why I keep my distance, but in the stillness of solitude, I find my resistance to negativity and conflict that only bring pain. I choose to walk away where peace will always reign. Turning the other cheek, as the good book says, forgiveness in my heart as I walk on ahead. No need for arguments or discord to cloud my mind. I seek serenity and leave all bitterness behind. In this journey of life, I'll stay true to who I am, walking away from drama with a steady hand. For in the silence and solitude, there's a joy that's deep. I have no desire for conflict. It's peace that I seek. All right, guys, man, if y'all enjoying that stream so far, man, listen, smash that like button for a shorty. And if you haven't, the dislike button is right there. All right, share the video, help a shorty bring awareness. I appreciate all the support, real shit, man. And let's get going with the next poem. All right. And mind you, I don't have no titles yet. By the time I put this on a book and publish it, they'll have titles. All right. In social networks, connections fade. No ill will held, just paths are made. No good or bad, indifference shown to those I'd rather be unknown. Interactions strained, energy drained, prefer to keep distance maintained. No animosity, just a choice made clear to avoid those who bring no cheer. In the realm of relationships lost, boundaries set at a reasonable cost. Neither blessings nor curses sent their way, simply moving on without delay. Not resentful, not resentful of paths we part, just recognizing it's best to depart. No need for well wishes or spiteful restart, just a peaceful separation to its court. The next one goes like this. Someone asked me my regret. Trusting the wrong people. My bad. Trusting the wrong, I can't forget. Sweet words, but actions untrue. Loyalty they didn't value like I do. Believed in their empty charms, ignored the signs of harm. Throughout, my bad. Thought they stand by my side, but their loyalty was just a lie. Lessons learned the hard way. Now I watch what they say. Actions speak louder than words. True loyalty is rare like hummingbirds. No more falling for their deceit, guarding my heart with a beat. Trusting only those who prove that loyalty is real and true. It's almost time. All right, this is going to be the last one, and we got to get off this, John. All right, listen. It's the last poem. All right, so mind y'all, if y'all needed to hear this, it's for you. I gave my heart away. They threw it astray, but I found the strength to walk away. Learn to let go. Not everyone can stay. Not everyone deserves a place in my day. They took what they wanted, left me in the dust, but I picked myself up, learned how to adjust. No room for those who break trust. I've learned that not everyone is a must. So when they ask what's my biggest lesson, I smile and say it's about progression, letting go of toxic aggression, realizing not everyone is a lifelong connection. My heart may have been bruised and torn, but through the pain, I was reborn. Now I stand strong, no longer forlorn, letting go of those who were never sworn. All right, guys, with that being said, man, a shorty gotta go. All right, till next time, man, we out.
Religiously, you understand the 7 principles of hell, you understand the 7 demons within you. You understand that whole concept. There's a whole metaphysical concept. We ain't go over that, but anyway, so.
I had a plan. I wanted to see. Now, this is growth.